Very cool. Hi, I'm Don Bodan from SampleLibraryReview.com, and I'm very excited here to be checking out the Kepler Orchestra by Spitfire Audio. Spitfire unveiled what they're hailing as a new secret weapon for writing cutting-edge film, TV, and game scores. This instrument's inspired by American composers such as Phil Glass, Stephen Rick, John Adams, and the orchestral library for Kontakt was designed to evoke movement and speed and atmospheres by creating interlocking orchestral rhythms. Spitfire is touting that Kepler offers a unique way of creating patterns with a new designed system grid engine that repeats the notes. It's with swells, shards, and Doppler effects. Now, Steve Rick is one of my all-time favorite 20th century composers, and hearing the demos for this library, I was really excited to check it out. But I also had heard some grumblings around the internets, with several users posting about pops and clicks being heard unless you adjust the buffers way up on your Kontakt instruments and only used one mic position. So what I want to know going into this first look video is, will this instrument stand up to producing some of the brilliance of system music that's inspired me over the years? And with all the math this instrument must be crunching to produce it, would it bring my maxed out 2018 Mac Mini's CPU to its knees? Kepler downloads is 37.4 gigabytes. Sample set of 40 strings, 13 woodwinds, and 19 brass, all recorded as separate ensembles at Studio One at Air Lyndhurst. That's the same studio that Spitfire has recorded the Bernard Herrmann and Studio Orchestra libraries. The library includes 54 unique articulations that Spitfire says many have never been sampled before, with multiple microphone positions with a close, ambient, mid, wide, and full mix options. The library includes a system grid engine with 259 presets as snapshots, and those are complex interlocking polyrhythms organized by time divisions, whether it's duplet, triplet, quintuplet, and septuplet time. And of course, these are all tempo locked to your DAW. This is a Kontakt player instrument compatible with both the full and free version of Kontakt 5.6.8 or higher. It loads right into your libraries tab and it normally sells for $299 US. It's on a special intro price at the time of posting for $229 until June 6, 2019. And I need to make sure you know there are some free demo patches available if you want to download a couple patches and check out the engine and instruments sound for yourself. I'll, of course, include links to take you straight over to Spitfire Audio's Kepler Orchestra page, as well as Sample Library Reviews Kepler Orchestra page, where we'll have all the demos, videos, and any other review videos I found around the web. All right, I've got Kepler Orchestra loaded up here. As you can see, it is a Kontakt player instrument. Loads into your libraries tab. Got 7 different folders for categories: high strings, cello, brass, high and low, basses, woodwinds, and warped, which I'm very excited to go through. I'm going to just kind of play through a random sampling to get a feel for the sound and have an idea of what the library has in store for us. It's built similar to the Evo Grid engine, I could tell already, which is very cool, especially with the ability to randomly pick different articulations throughout, like this. See how it's changing colors on the keyboards. It's loading up different samples. So if we just have all of the first sample set, we get something like this. And then we can command click, I'm on a Mac, to go over to our next sample set. So we can see that we've got 4 different collections of samples, and these presets as snapshots will help us to experience what the library has to offer. Here's a preset with just the duplet measures. And septuplets. So you can hear that 7/2 sound, I think. That's what's generating. You can see here we've got the close and that last M. What does the M stand for? It's not mid. Main mix, possibly. I could be mistaken. I know I just said it in the intro. Let's move along and listen to a couple other presets of high strings. We've got Solpont, which I'm always a big fan of, especially with this kind of rhythmic usage. And let's check out a Solpont. Let's go to our triplets preset. Okay, I'm hearing a little bit of clicking. Now, I want to note here that I am using some screen recording software, so there is a little bit of extra push to my processing, but not a whole lot. And I also want to note that I'm at a buffer size of 256, and a lot of people said they needed to go to 1024. Okay, let's go ahead and switch up to 512 and try that out. Yeah, starting to get a feel for the playability of the library here. Let's move along and check out the Time Machine Shards. So these are nice crescendo, decrescendo, built up into half notes, quarter notes, eighth notes, and looks like sixteenths. And we'll move along, check out some of the cello instruments. Start off with the grid instrument and look at a snapshot. Perhaps we'll check out the quintuplet setting presets. And again, we've got multiple articulations. I just want to note here we've got some reverb and delay turned on. And I'll cut those off. And I'm going to go take us just to the close mic position so we can listen to the signals as dry as we can get them. Yeah, really nice, clean sounds. Really like the space in the Studio One here that they've recorded this. Let's go ahead and check out some pulsing momentum grid presets in the cello. Fast ripples. Yeah, that's really nice. That playing off of, I guess it's 5/7, huh? That's pretty cool. Tidal movements. And I have dynamics and expression on a palette controller here that we'd be able to play some pretty cool stuff. Getting a little more expression. Really shaping a phrase that way. Let's check out the Dopplers. Pretty crazy shifting pitch down there. Yeah, you just can't get that kind of sound from a multi-sampled instrument. Pretty cool. There's non-pulsing Dopplers. Let's check these out. And let's see what that does with the chord if they're all synced up to the same amount of time. Very cool. I'm loving that. Let's jump around a little bit more. Let's go into the low brass and just check out some of the sounds in the low brass main grid. Hear what these snapshots have to offer. Here's the duplets. Yeah, the only thing I'm hearing is some instruments similar to this will quantize your input. And I'm hearing it not quite quantized as, let's see, if I go to 16th notes, I'm at 8th quarter notes now. So one. All right, that's all it was. This quantize in, it looks like you could do quite a bit with that, which is kind of cool because you could make it so that your quantize in is off. So whatever you play will be triggered. But if you quantize, it'll catch you at the bar or at a half note, quarter note, and whatnot. And it was set, I think, to an eighth note, but I'm finding that with what I'm playing, a quarter note here syncs up those patterns in a more pleasing way, as though the performers are all playing to a conductor. Whereas originally I had it, it looks like it loads up with the 1/8. And for what I'm doing with simple bum, 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 it's working a little bit better this way. Let's move on to Time Machine Madness for the low brass. That's pretty wacky because we're doing 5/3/2, I believe. That's crazy stuff. Okay. Now let's go ahead. Oh, clicked the wrong thing. Let's go ahead and listen to some of these Dopplers with the low brass. This should be fun. So this is just a random less than sign with the programming. But we could have them play all in sync. Again, I'm control clicking my top note here, and it's loading all of the same articulation across the keyboard. Yeah, it's a really nice sound. We got no presets on the Shards Time Machine grid. Yeah, that was pretty neat. Let's jump around again. Let's go down into the Woodwinds. Let's check out the Woodwind grid just to get a feel for how this instrument's set up. Yeah, really nice. Here's accelerating momentum grid, and we got diagonal momentum. So I guess our low notes will be longer. Yeah, this is really cool. And what's great about this, I can tell already, is we can go to something like this, play chords, and all the performers will play synced up to accelerate. And a nice release sample there, too. It's just enough that you get the idea that they stop playing, but not overkill, where you hear someone hammering away at the last note. Very cool. Very cool. Let's move into some of these warped ones and see what they've done with this collection. So I'm pretty sure that I remember that these are sound designed instruments created both from outboard gear, signal chain, effects chains, as well as granular synthesis. And they use all the organic samples, I believe, from the Kepler Orchestra sessions. Got quite a few controls here. I think there's 30 odd warped instruments. And as you can see, they've got different presets. Specifically with a space age feel, thus the Kepler nod. Yeah, I really like the sound of this one. I can see how I could get sucked into playing with some of these. I'm having to say these Warps collections are really impressive. I think that the subtleness in their unique Playback is what is really going to make these useful for scoring. Oh, no sound in this guy. How about this guy? You've got EQ and low pass, chorus, twang, convolution, and pulsar effects you can turn on throughout these instruments as well. All right, that just gives us a little taster of what the warped instruments are like. Let's go and jump into some of these high brass presets. We didn't listen to any high brass, I don't think, yet. And we've got momentum grid set up. I'm going to do some pulsing momentum. Yeah, really nice. I feel like I want to hear brass, high brass, with my individual microphone positions. Yeah, I guess I'm kind of torn. I really do like the close and the M. What's the M stand for? M. Find mic positions. Let's see. M is mid, W is wide. There we go. Answer to that question in real time. I do like the wide and mid positions. The close does add quite a bit of delicacy and detail. And let's jump into those basses. I think I skipped those. By the way, I think there's a couple bass patches, or one bass patch included in one of the free demo patches. If you haven't already checked the link below, you can grab that free demo patch there. That's really nice. And I want to hear these low basses just individually with the samples as well. You know, it's close, but it's not too close, and it has a nice stereo depth to it from side to side. Mid, and here's our wide. Okay, let's go back to with the verb and delay. It's automatically on here. Check out a couple snapshots. Yeah, I'm starting to see how this instrument in particular is going to be something that I would just love to use. I'll be able to do something like this. Let's see what happens. If this is what I'm thinking it'll allow me to do. And my quantize, I want to do quarters. And I think even doing sixteenths up here would be pretty cool. Yeah, very neat. I'm seeing how I could use this for composition very quickly right away. Let's not dismiss some of these bass articulations here before we end the video today. Let's listen to the pizzicato sample set. Yeah, very, very cool doing the 3/2 with the triplets. And we got harmonics. Let's check out this. And then we got tremolo harmonics. And Dopplers. Wow. That's awesome. The more I've played through this, the more I'm excited about what Kepler has to offer. I think that there's such an opportunity here to break out from grid performing and in your DAW and really utilize the instrument to create some of that, what they call system writing, where you're having those multimeters going on, the push and pull of time, and of course the ability to control dynamics, expression with the library. Comment below, tell me what you think. Is this something you're going to be picking up? Is it something that you'll be using? Are you even more excited about it like I am now that we've checked out a variety of the presets and had a chance to see how interesting, unique, and interactive in a way the instrument is? Overall, I think the sound is really nice. I'll probably spend some time tweaking it out because I do love the room and I do love the roominess and spatial stereo spread of the instruments. But what I'm wondering is if I wouldn't want a little bit more close mic bite. So for my further experiments, what I might do is load up one set of instruments with the close mic and just kind of tweak and EQ it a little bit to get a little bit more bite and upfront out of it. And then we'll load up the exact same preset with the exact same performance with another track and just use those mid mixes and a little verb because I like the warmth of what the output is giving me overall. I think the buzz was warranted. I think this is very unique, exciting, maybe just a couple steps away from the EvoGrid engine, but very well thought out as a orchestral performance tool. We're going to be able to get so many things out of this that we would not be able to use realistically get use out of with multi-sampled instruments. And I think those warped collection of instruments are really nice touch, really nice bonus. They're very subtle, but very sophisticated sound design, and I'm really digging those. Thanks for taking a little time out of your day to check out the first look of Kepler Orchestra. There's still a lot more to dive in and check out in this library, so I'll include a link below to take you straight over to Sample Library Reviews, Kepler Orchestra page, where we'll have all of the thoughts, demos, the official videos, as well as any of the other review videos that I find around the web, so you can do a deep dive on Kepler, see if it's right for you. Like, share, and subscribe. I always love your support. Be sure to head over to samplelibraryreview.com.